was coming to the Japan Survival Guide.
Oh.
I missed it.
Oh.
I mean, I'll
That's
stay.
next
I'll definitely
room.
stay because I'm planning on making a fursuit.
Okay.
They told us room 2, I'm sorry.
Oh.
Which is the Japan Survival Guide room?
This is the Fursuiting art and social media.
I gotcha.
You have to look at the app.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I asked the volunteers for the wrong room.
Sorry.
Yeah, that's 30 for the James Bottle.
And who knows?
Awkward.
Just learn how to speak Japanese, noobs. That's how you survive it.
Alright, so first I will direct your attention here. Facing to my Instagram, I will be referring to 1 or 2 things on Instagram, so if you want to look, you can. It's not required or anything. That's the girl on that. Alright, so this is my first ever panel. First ever Pensacon, first ever panel. We're getting a lot of firsts. But I'm excited to be here, and I'm excited to have you all with me. Seen a lot of cool cosplays, a lot of cool suits. Especially these 2 guys back here. Shout out. So, firstly, I do want to introduce myself. Mainly in the fandom, I'm more known as the name Finch. This is due to, obviously, my handles, also on Telegram. But, personally, my name is Sam. People get a little surprised when I'm like, oh, hey, I'm Sam. They're like, what do you mean? I'm like, yeah, I'm Sam, guys. It's a little awkward. Fun facts about me, I'm 19, I go to UWF, so if you see me on campus, obviously I'm not walking around like this, but I wear the sweater vest a lot, so find me by that. I'm majoring in graphic design, and recently just changed from a STEM major because STEM is tiring. Yes. And I need to just chase just the furriness of being an art major. What would a furry be without the art majors? So, we have already established that this is the furry panel, not the Japanese panel. So, luckily we did get that squared at first, so good.
Furry or the Japanese?
Japanese is a 3. This is the furry art and social media.
Feel free to just chill. So, this is going to be a somewhat interactive panel. Like, I'm going to talk a little bit, and then y'all can ask a question at any time. Just feel free to raise your hand, or just like blurt out. I don't care. But I am hard of hearing, so just make sure you project your voice. Especially with this on, I don't hear the best. But, you know, we're just going with the groove here. So first, I do want to go over to the obvious. Sam, what is fursuiting? What's the furry fandom? I'm sure some of you, if you aren't a furry, at least know the premise. It's these people walking around in these big, fluffy alien costumes. How weird is that? Very weird.
Honestly, I think it's kind of adorable.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
I gotta respect how expensive it is.
Yeah. It hurts the pockets, that's for sure. I compare it to cosplay. It's just cosplay. I feel like once people get that into their frame of mind, it helps a little bit. But even just walking around at cons today, I still get weird looks from other cosplayers who are like, you, furry. And I'm like, guys, you're wearing a mask, I'm wearing a mask. Mine's cooler. Who cares? So, what actually defines a furry? Is it the fursuit? No. You do not need a fursuit to be a furry. It's a huge misconception in fandom that I still see to this day. Ever since I first joined, everyone's like, oh, I can't go to a furry con, I can't do a con, I can't call myself a furry, I don't have a fursuit. No one's expecting you to pay $2,000 to get a fursuit head to walk around. You don't even need to make a furry OC to be a furry. Just call yourself furry. It's no big deal. So, if you do want a furry OC, which are commonly known as personas, how do you get started with that? So, personas are typically how you describe yourself in animal form. They can be as simple as a normal Bengal tiger with orange and black stripes. Or you can go crazy like me, and make some weird species like an undead wolf. Doesn't matter. Just whatever makes you feel comfortable in your own skin. I have 3 suits at the moment. One's a rainbow colored deer, his name's Dongo. One is a teal and black cat, his name's Becky. And I have Kenya. She's just here. So, what made me go to fandom? That is a funny story. It's not funny actually. I was roughly at the age of 11, 12, or 13, and I was playing this hit game called Animal Jam. Who these lines, I found these weird things called animation memes. Who knows what animation memes are? Got a couple. If you aren't familiar, animation memes are these little animated videos that typically go with music that people will draw their own sequence. But a lot of these animation favorites are actually filmed. And through this, I discovered that I want to make my own. I thought it was weird, but I wanted to do art. I wanted to give something to the community. I never heard of being in a fandom or posting online. So you better believe I walked up to YouTube and I said, I want to make an account. But wanting to make this, I had to learn to make a persona. So what was my first persona? She was interesting. She was your typical Mary Sue. She had every power in the world, undefeatable, indestructible, orange and white, bright colored. She was some chow chow husky thing. Her name was Hollow because I loved Halloween, and she was heavily inspired by that. And even if I don't use her, she still holds a special place in my heart because she allowed me to find the fandom. So, obviously, as I addressed earlier, furries can be seen as somewhat weird. This can be kind of due to either social media in general or TV shows. The big one I've seen is, I think it's called CSI. There's an episode about furries and, like, I don't know if it was a convention or a nightclub. Very negative rep on the fandom. It addressed it as this very adult-oriented group, which may be true, but not in the way that they fashioned it. And that kind of took the fandom back a couple steps. A lot of the fandom, whether or not you believe it, is made up of minors. Who are minors, if you don't know for some reason? Keep wondering. Oh my gosh, I'm sorry. You're cool. You're doing good. Alright. So, alright, back to fursuiting. Let's talk about that. That's a fun topic. There's a lot of styles of fursuiting. Obviously, we have some in the back here. Mr. White Wolf, I'm gonna call you Wolf?
Tobias.
Oh, never heard that before. That's cool. We have a realistic style suit over there. Don't see too many of those. Oh, Ruby, stand up, yeah. Pretty cool. Look at all that detail. Oh, good job! That is what's known as a realistic. Sometimes it is semi-realistic based on people if they consider the patterns to be something you want to see in nature. But looks pretty much like a realistic suit to me. Then we got our more animatronic suits, which you can see in these protogens. We have back there. Super cool with the moving eyes and stuff. Oh, hey! We have our kimono style suits, which, if you are on Instagram, my suit Hideki, he is a kimono style. They're the ones with the huge eyes, tiny mouths. Typically seen in Japan. They originated from over there, South Korea, Japan, other places. What else? Some fursuits obviously have moving jaws. Not all of them have it. Depends on the type of suits. Are your eyes glowing? Sorry, that's so cool. Oh my gosh.
That's awesome.
Got everything over there. But you don't need one specific type of suit to be the best suit ever. Just find whatever suit makes you happy. I enjoy all kinds of suits, but I just whatever makes me see the best. Gosh. My suit doggo cannot see out of him for the life of me. I'm like bumping it every day. Gosh. Worst suit ever. Just kidding. Oh look. Don't poke me on that. So, let's move over to the premise of social media. Isn't that so fun? Thank you. Oh wait, first, actually before we get into that, does anyone have questions about fursuiting or personas, for fandom in general? Oh, yes.
So like I want to make I don't feel like I'm in any way partially animal, but I still want to make a persona and a fursuit. And like I want it to be like this galaxy print, well not galaxy print, but the galaxy print colored Shetland sheepdog inspired luck dragon. So like I understand that there's some guidelines to like fursuits. Like would that be acceptable?
I know with more intricately designed suits like that, it can be more difficult to get designs like that across, especially since fur colors are limited. But especially when you get that intricate, maybe it could be done, but it would cost a lot of money.
Okay.
You always got to keep that in mind. The more harder the design is, the more it's going to cost.
Okay.
The only limit is your imagination and your will.
Exactly.
Fair enough.
And how crafty you are.
Imagination here is unlimited, wallet not so much.
Her outfit was pulled together.
Dude, that's why I only got a head right now. My friends bring in my paw sometimes. But it's just, you work with what you got. Some people make their own suits, and I respect that. I've only made 2, but oh my gosh. It's so hard. I stabbed my stuff with a sewing needle so many times, I didn't want to do it ever again.
What do you figures anyways?
Exactly. But he figures. I don't.
You gotta put gloves on.
Yeah, I need to invest in some good gloves.
Then you can't see all the marks from the gloves. You
Good
put gloves on
point.
it and you can't see the marks anymore.
Alright. So, let's go into social media again. Alright, social media / posting your art on social media. What brings a person to do this? Well, there are a lot of reasons. Some people just want their art to be seen. Some people want to have commissions. What's a commission? A commission is when someone slaps some money in your hand and said, draw me this. Cool. I want somebody to draw people stuff. But first, you sadly gotta get reach. What is reach? Reach is when people see your work. It sounds pretty simple in retrospect, but it can take ages. Some people are lucky and post one thing and get 1,000 million followers. Some people, it takes years and years and years to build up just to 1K. Me, sadly, I have like, what, 650 followers? I've been posting since 2022, I believe. It's been a lot. But I've loved every second of it. And first I was just posting because I wanted to get my art out there. I wanted to be heard as an artist, and I just wanted to make some impact, even if it was small. I wanted people to be inspired by my work and my story, to the point where they'd be like, hey, I want to be like this person. I want to be an artist. I want to draw my own furries. And I'm like, yes, but it's hard when you have to go this slow step. And so many people just don't want to put in the effort. Whether it's just due to burnout, whether it's just because they just simply give up. They don't feel like it's worth it anymore. And I'm telling you, it is worth it. You can put so much into the world that people will take to art. It can be a simple little drawing of a cat, and people can be like, wow, that silly little cat you just drew made my day. And I'm like, I'm glad. I'm glad that cat made your day. It's even better when you make all this work, and people are like, I want that. I'll pay you $50 to draw my persona doing a dance. And I'm like, heck yeah, give me that money. Furry fandom art makes good money. If you've heard that rumor, it's true. I embrace it. I happily accept every DM that comes to me. It's like, can you just draw this? Can you draw this line? I'm like, yeah, I will happily draw your line. So, how do you find social media that's right for you? There are lots of platforms out there. Instagram, Twitter, X, Pinterest even. I've seen people post on there. Tumblr, what am I forgetting? Facebook. I've seen a lot of people post on Facebook. Yes.
Don't forget Fursuiting.
For Affinity, that's right.
Reddit and
Recipes.
Blue Sky.
What was that?
Reddit and Blue Sky.
Oh, I did start posting on Blue Sky. I need to get back to that. Reddit,
great.
there's a lot. There are a lot. But it's all about finding what works for you. I've tried TikTok over and over, but oh my gosh. The reach on there stinks sometimes. And I get people in my comments who are like, ew! And I'm like, okay guys, let's calm down. Like, it's just the person, you can calm down, I don't actually think I'm an animal. Like, go. But, what do I recommend for helping to grow your account? I recommend posting to a schedule. I personally post every 2 to 3 days, and that helps push you into the algorithm a little bit more. People will see your art, recognize it, and be like, oh, I like this person's style, I think I'll give them a follow, I'll give them a like. And then it helps if you post raffles. What are raffles? Raffles are typically done to reach a goal. Like, hey, I want to reach 1K followers. So, if you follow me, send me to a friend, and post it in the comments, I'll give you a number. If your number is full, I'll give you some free art. Helps to get their reach, and people want free art. So you better believe they're going to join this raffle. That's how a lot of my followers have found me is raffles. It helps one person for another person. So, how to get into the rhythm of posting? A lot of, as I just kind of previously burnout, I've experienced burnout hardcore. Especially having to pump things out constantly. It gets tiring, and it's hit me hard, especially recently. Life just happens. People get busy, and you stop posting for a week, and people unfollow you just like that. It's hard. It gets me down, but I just know that the people who stuck with me, they care. And that's what keeps me going, because I don't want to let these people down. I want to keep posting for these people that like seeing my content. And even if it's just me posting some half-finished sketch, I know that I at least put something out. Or just a picture of me on a walk. I'm like, hey, I'm giving these people something at least. So, any questions about art, social media, anything in general? No, cool. You are being comfy over there. Love that. Alright. 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 So, let's talk about difficulties within the furry fandom personally, and I'm gonna let a lot of people contribute. So, obviously, since the furry fandom has a lot of negative rep, parents, siblings, friends, etc. will not be too happy to hear, hey, I'm a furry. Ew! What do you mean you're a furry? I don't want to be your friend anymore. Cope? Luckily, I have been lucky with the friends I've gotten where, sure, maybe they're a little weirded out at first, but then they just realize, it's my friend. And I love my friend for being just who they are. So who cares if they walk around in fluffy muscle? But not everyone is so lucky. I have my own story, which is my mom. My mom was never supportive of me being a furry, just me in general. And it was hard. It made me discourage art, just shooting, anything in general. I didn't want to be myself because I was so wanting to have her approval that I didn't want to be my true self. And I'm not telling you to go against society and say, throw the bird to everyone and be like, oh, you don't like me for me? Like, no, don't burn bridges with your parents just because they don't like you for being a fluffy bunny. But I'm just saying to embrace the people who do like you. It helps to bring those people close, so when you are around those people who get you down, you know you can go back and get a hug from your friends. It means the world to have a support group like that. And even if you don't know people in person, you can always go online. But do be careful online. People are weird sometimes. I've had my own experiences, you gotta be careful. Make sure they're actually who they're saying they are. It helps if you just be like, hey, can you take a picture of your spoon on the head? Yeah, I'll take a picture of a spoon on my head. I'll happily do that. And sure, it's silly, but you don't want to be accidentally talking to some 8-year-old man, as scary as that sounds, but it's true. Especially in the furry family, sadly, there's a lot of weird eggs. Hello!
Look.
So, with this concept, let's talk about coming out as a furry. I hate that phrase. Coming out as a furry is not the same as saying, hey, mom, dad, I'm gay. No, it's a hobby. It's a cosplayer. This girl, Deku, My Hero Academia cosplayer, is not going to go to their parents and be like, hey, I'm a cosplayer. No. They're going to go and be like, hey, can I go get some cosplay stuff? Sure. You don't have to get so stressed over it. I didn't even tell my parents this was furry. I just ordered a fursuit one day. And my dad was like, what's that? And I'm like, fursuit? And he's like, oh, okay. It's not that big of a deal. Furry fandom is not anything that needs to be came out about. Sure, you tell people, but it's not some big thing where you set up a speech and be like, hey, here's my slideshow presentation about why I'm a furry. Point one. No, I don't like dogs. I like humans. So, don't come out as a furry. So, I'm glad that you know. For a second. Alright. So, how has the furry fandom helped me personally? How have they helped me when my mom gets me down or when my friends get me down? I found a lot of comfort in knowing that even if I can't always be my true self in real life, that I can always go to my friends and be like, hey, this happened to me, what can I do to get through it? And they'll be like, hey, and they'll send me like a picture of a dog on a rainbow on Telegram. And be like, it's okay guys. Like, I get that this person called you the wrong name or they called you the wrong pronouns, but all that matters is that you know who you are and that you know you want to do this art. The furry fandom is the reason that I got the courage to change my major to something I actually wanted to do. Because I was stuck in this STEM major and I was like, I don't want to do this. I don't want to be a marine biologist, guys. They're like, you like art, you're good at art. You get enjoyment out of it? Go be an artist. And I was like, oh, I can just do that? They're like, just change your major. I was like, oh, okay. So I changed my major. I always had that comfort group with me. And I wish more people had access to groups like that. And it's hard to get out there. It's hard to make friends. When I don't have this mask on, I am a nervous wreck. Even if I'm shivering right now, talking to all of y'all, at least I know that you can't see my face and how nervous I look. That just brings me some comfort. It's so easy to just be an energetic little slime ball in this. People cannot see how frizzled I look. Which brings how to get more connected with the furry fandom. Big point, big point. I recommend conventions is my #1 thing. You'll find a lot of, well, obviously, great start. Y'all are at Pensacon. Applaud. Yeah. I found a lot of my friends through conventions. I found my first friend group of Pensacola at South Alabama Comic Con. Just these random people, and I was like, hey, I like your suits. And they were like, I like your suit. Just like that. I'm sure it's not always that easy, but it's that personal interaction that you can get that helps. Find a similar interest, whether that's art, whether that's fursuiting, whether that's Yu-Gi-Oh. Just find something and be like, hey, I like this, you like this, let's get along. Hello.
Ah, we got lost.
What are you looking for?
Yeah, that's
Oh, this is cool, cool, cool.
Find me.
Hey. So does anyone have any stories of how the furry fandom has helped them or get through anything? Any fandom in general, actually. Yes.
Honestly, I'm still learning about the furry fandom. Like I said, I am kind of developing a persona. I was actually inspired by an online friend.
Nice.
Like I'm in the UWF Discord, and one of the members is a furry, and like their persona is like this big fluffy space dragon, and they're so cool. So I wanted to make my own space dragon persona because I thought theirs was so cool. And I just think I forgot what I was saying.
You're fine.
Anyways, I am very new to the furry fandom, and like, admittedly, I do know some of the stereotypes, and I'm like a little bit nervous about that.
Yeah.
But like, a lot of them have been debunked as I've been learning. Because like, I have a friend who, she says she has some friends who are furries, but they're like the bad type of furries,
Yes.
you know, and unfortunately, I also want to get into LARP, and in LARP we call them missing stairs. The people who are in it for the wrong reasons, or, you know, people who are in it for the wrong reasons. And I am worried about running into these furry missing stairs.
Yeah. I sadly have had my own interaction with these bad furries. I'm from Jacksonville. The fur meat group there was full of them. Full of them.
What did you
What is a bad food?
I will go to that in just a second.
Thank you.
1 second.
Possibly inappropriate comment.
Yes. I'll save my train of thought for later and get to this now. So, furries have been a thing for a long time. I know they started making conventions around 1980s, which I believe is when they got more rep. Feel free to fix me if I'm wrong. But, I'm this 19-year-old, I don't know, I just go here. But, before I go into the section, I do want to keep the panel more PG/PG-13, so if you have a question about like the weird side of the fandom, I'm happy to answer questions after the panel in person, just because kids, I don't want. So, I'm going to start with the more lighthearted ones. So, do furries think for animals? No. Most of the time, no. I call it a subculture, it's not really the same fandom, but there is a terminology known as Therian. What are Therians? I'm a self-known Therian, so I cannot give you a precise. Can I help? Sorry. First correct me, because I myself am not one, but Therians are these people who believe that they were either spiritually in a past life or currently that they were an animal. I have no issue with Therians. I used to believe, or I still currently believe in having a new life after passing away, so I have no problem with it. Even though if I don't personally believe on Therian, I have no
It's a bit of elaboration on the fairy.
Yes.
It's a sort of shamanistic reincarnation.
Reincarnation, gotcha. Okay, good to know, good to know. I do know that I have mad respect for fairies, but when they do the quadrobics, whatever it's called, dude, I can never do that. They're prancing around on all fours, like doing these big purple jumps. I'm like, how do you do that? I can't even do jumping jacks. I get winded. I'm like, and I see people in the comments like, ew. I'm like, have some respect. You can't do that. Like, bruh, no, I spit. Like, dude, right? So, as some furries are Therians, not all of them are. This means not all furries think they're animals, help themselves. But there are, which I myself am kind of guilty of, some people do act more animalistic in some of their suits, which could be like not talking, just kind of like playing, acting all cutesy. And the other suit that he actually do act more like this, just because that's kind of the character I've adapted for him. It just depends on the person. Some people think it's weird, some people think it's fun. Just do whatever you want. Who cares? We're all weird in the furry fandom. So, let's talk about the furry fandom being strictly just for adults. No, it's not. I'm tired of people saying this. Who cares? You can be 10 years old and want to be a furry. I was 11 in the furry. I barely understood it, but I had my own persona. And I talked to all these people and they're like, wow, you're a furry? What the heck is that? But even though a lot of furry spaces are leaning towards adult, there's plenty of places online that you can find that are just strictly children. Just do be careful because, once again, people can be lying about ages and such. So just always keep a close eye on all that because, sadly, bad eggs in the fandom do ruin it from time to time. And it's sad. It's sad when I see kids on Instagram, Twitter, or anything that are just like, I want to be furry. And people in the comments are like, no! I'm like, why? Who cares? If the kid gets joy out of getting some like $10 AliExpress suit, let them wear that $10 suit. Like, it doesn't matter. They don't know that like maybe like dropship suits aren't the best, but they're gonna get happy wearing this little suit and running around. And let them be, hate to say it, but let them be naive. Let them not know about the bad side of the fandom. Just let them have fun. And if they decide later on they don't want to be a furry anymore, who cares? They were just a kid having fun. So, what are ways that furry drama has spread to both the furry fandom and people in general? Number one, I'd say is TikTok. Recently, TikTok has had a huge influx of people going to furry conventions and interviewing people, and just kind of forcing them into answering weird questions. In doing this, people have just basically been harassed and just saying weird stuff. And I get that pressure of having a person with their microphone come up to you, like, can you answer this question? You feel like I can't say no. I have many anime conference before. These people walking around with cameras and microphones are like, can I talk to you? I'm like, I guess. Yes.
When?
Sunday, I believe.
I was there the last hour, so I hadn't seen it.
I was in, was that in Nottingham? I don't know. I talked to him. Forgot my train of thought. Oh, so, what are good ways to combat furry rumors? Do your own research. Don't just believe all these people on Twitter and whatnot. They're like, gosh, furries are like so disgusting. They're like so weird, and I can't stand them. Just, it takes like 2 Google searches. I promise you, someone on Reddit is like, here's the real story behind furries. And that person on Reddit will have way more help for you than like someone on a news channel. Because all these people want views more than anything. They don't care about the views sometimes, especially with the fandom like the furry fandom, where it just seems weird. And people click on the weird stuff. They want to make us seem weirder. So, I recommend doing your own research. Like I said, this can be done on social media. I especially recommend YouTube. There's a lot of good documentaries out there on YouTube that people have done and funded themselves. I wish I wrote some down, but I promise you, if you just search furry documentary, some are going to come up. I do recommend ones that are made by actual furries though, rather than ones that are done like by news channels and stuff. Because I have seen a couple that are just weird. I'm like, no, this isn't right. So, any questions and such? Yes, red shirt.
So, when you're talking about the Google stuff, looking up what furry is and all that, the best thing I've found, aside from just the general Wikipedia, which is okay, there's also WikiFur,
Oh, good to know.
which is maintained by the fandom, I believe.
Okay.
And they kind of cover everything you would need to know.
Okay, good. Wiki for gotcha. Alright, yes.
And as far as cons and kind of good documentary series, I always recommend to watch the Anthropon series with Uncle Kage,
Gotcha.
because he is wonderful at explaining the
Okay.
things. You would never think that of an anthropomorphic cockroach.
Yes.
With a PhD in chemistry.
Yeah.
Right? It's like, dude, how?
You get the whole safety suits before Anthropon.
But as we know, rumors are not just strictly to the furry fandom. Every fandom out there has their own rumors. Like, sometimes not. Like, there's a bunch of voice actors in here. Have a Hotel, Have a Boss, My Hero Academia. Everyone has their own weird fandom. And I'm tired of furry fandoms being the only one for backlash for that. Everyone has their own weird sides, and I think, sure, maybe sometimes we embrace the weird side, but sometimes we just tweak them back. So, like, we shouldn't talk about these people. We don't need to give them the attention they want. Because attention makes them thrive. Like the panda head. Alright. So, let's play a game. Now that we have some more people in there. Game time. Epic. So, I'm going to split y'all into two groups, but luckily there's kind of a divider right here, so perfect. I didn't even know this, not really, but you know. You can be on this team. But, who wants to take the tribute and name their team? No, I'm gonna name y'all.
I said side two.
Side two? Alright, side one, side two.
Team three.
Side one, side two. This is epic. Alright. So, I'm going to ask a question, and someone's going to raise their hand. But, you better have some pizzazz in this hand. If it's some boring hand, I'm not going to pick you. You better be doing some, yes. Do some dance with it. The funnier it is to one that day, I'm going to pick you. And these questions are going to have to do with my panel or Pensacon in general. So, I don't say anything under the sun actually, if you think about it. But, don't worry, there's a prize. But, there's only one. So, people are going to have to play rock, paper, scissors or something. But, Freddy. The winner gets this Freddy. That's a good prize, right? Yeah. Alright, so who's ready? Awesome. Who wants to help me keep points? Keep track of points.
I can.
You?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. You. Alright. First question. What is my actual name? Yes, pink hair.
Sam.
Yes! Bingo! Point. Oh. Alright. So, number 2. What year was Pensacon founded? Oh, I like that. Yes! Bingo! Alright. What was the name, tricky one, of my first persona? Yes.
Hello.
Yes! Alright. Which voice actor is famous for his role as Stolas in Hell of a Boss? Oh, yes, Paul.
Bryce Pinkham.
Yes. Point. Alright. Do people need a fursuit to be classified as a furry? Oh, yes! Alright. Is Pensacon the Gulf Coast's largest pop culture event? Yes. Yes! Don't overthink it. Alright. And what game first introduced me to the furry fandom? Oh yeah.
Animal Jam.
Yeah! Tricky one. What time does the con clip flow? I'm really good at words. What time does the artist alley close today at the con? Yes.
7.
What's the point for that? Who won?
3.
Well, you two had the best jump up.
This is true.
So,
I definitively defer to my friend here.
I don't need it. Who wants it?
Best
Do you
dance.
want it?
In the back?
Let's dance. Or stand.
Sure. I'm happy to look up again for you.
You want me to bring it to you? Don't work, don't leave. Fun is not stop.
Okay.
That made no sense in English.
I understood it. You're
Thank
good.
you. I have a chair.
Woo!
Someone's gonna get in this chair.
This is the bucket.
I'm gonna interview you.
Oh.
You, get here. Hey, I love that bell. Oh, that's it. So cute. I wish I had a microphone for emphasis. Oh, wait. Yeah, you're fine. All right. First question. What is your name?
My real name is Nathan, but my sona's name is Elliot.
Elliot. That's so cute. I love it. What species is your soda?
He is a Fandom, which is a starter Pokemon from Pokemon X and Y.
That is so cute. I love Pensacon. Is Pensacon your favorite Pokemon?
Yep, and my close second is Doriwa.
That's good, good, good. My favorite is Leafeon personally. So,
Evolutions are always good.
I love Evolution, bro. So, what is your favorite experience you've ever had at a con?
Oh, that's a hard one.
It is a hard one.
So, probably I would say is that it was at either South Alabama Comic Con where it's like prior to just going there was this group of cyclists who pedaled by me and they're like competing for like an event and they all wanted a picture with
Aw,
me.
that's so cute. That was a good con. I'm happy to see
I love that one.
Yeah, it was fun. Was it their first year or something last year?
It was my first year last year. That was the first time I ever wore a suit.
Aw, that's so awesome. That was my first ever con. It was a good experience. Alright, so I have one more question for you. You can see. Oh, I know. What's like your dream type of person?
That would be hard to say. I mean, even if as much as I want a full suit, it's just a partial is more than enough for me just because
Yeah.
I just like the practicality of it
Yeah.
and it's just so easy to get on and off.
That's true. So easy. Well, thank you so much for answering my questions. Really good interview. Alright, who's next? Oh, yes, come. Yes. I should keep bringing this. Let's see. Hear you. What is your name?
My real name is Kayla Moore, but my main persona is Gwen Royal.
Ooh. What's your story?
Pretty much the one that I've been building is I'm like an equine that has pretty much a little bit of like a dragon in her and such. I've been working on getting her first suit put together, but it's just been kind of a hassle.
Yeah, I understand.
Both moves are pretty hard.
Yeah, so like a horse or like
Equine, yes.
That's cool. I got a horse persona, but I used to be a horse girl. Good. Oh, My Little Pony, guys. No, come on. That was the point of my life. Did you watch My Little Pony?
Actually, I do have a pony soda called Princess Nell. She is an alicorn. Yes, I know. Mary Sue's.
Don't even get me started. I love Mary Sue. Sorry, I'm gonna interject for a second here. I know I went into a little harsh about my first persona who was the Mary Sue. Make your Mary Sue. They're so fun. Embrace them, please. Alright, so
just sound like free hugs.
Free hugs.
Free hugs.
Alright. What is your favorite thing about Pensacon?
My favorite thing about Pensacon is pretty much dressing up. I mean, I really need to get some of my partials because again, my main persona is Gwen Royal, but my first partial, which I actually got from convention, I went to Otakon, which is up in the Baltimore, Maryland area.
Wow.
Yeah, it's now in Washington, D.C. because it outgrew
Oh,
Baltimore. Yeah, it outgrew Baltimore. And it was actually me and my husband's honeymoon, where we actually went and we adopted my other alternative persona, which was Mitsune, which was a kind of Arctic wolf one. And I had got all the partials, but unfortunately, due to moving and such, she got damaged. And I'm trying to basically get with the original person that made her to basically, instead of foam, because I basically modded her. Because she had a tongue piercing, I added an LED light to the piercing with her glowing eyes, and it works so awesome. I just have to get with them and say, okay, instead of foam, because I live in Florida, can we do resin?
Yeah, gosh. Foam is hot.
Yes, it is.
Well, thank you so much for answering my questions. Great interview. Great. So let's go next. Oh. Okay, you. Yes. You come. Now. Step forward. Alright. What's your name?
Senti, hi.
Oh, that's a good name. I love that. Someone great to hear.
Visiting someone.
Nice. Are y'all friends? Or
It is Valentine's Day, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
no. Gosh, spring for Valentine's Day.
And there's Cupid running around, so.
True. If you're single, I'm sorry. God.
Just get to drink too much.
So, are you a furry or just curious?
Yeah, I am.
You are? What's your persona?
I'm bored.
You're joking.
I know it's a bug.
I love bugs. That is so cool. You are so creative. I hope you know that.
Thank you.
I had to drop my microphone. What color is your lawn?
Blue and yellow.
Do you have a picture I need to see?
I don't have my phone.
No! It's okay. I like your centipede tattoo. Oh, yes, yes. We're gonna see these guys.
Okay. It might take me some digging.
You're
I'm
okay.
sure I have something somewhere.
I'll do a dance in the meantime. What dance do you want to do? Gritty. Gritty? I forgot what gritty. Like Gangnam Style. Yeah, Gangnam Style. I wish I knew what Fortnite dances. Oh. I don't freaking know how to do that. I don't know.
Always the ripple dance. Oh, the ripple dance.
Oh.
Never mind, I see a furry doing Fortnite, you would say.
I should have just done the Fortnite dances my whole panel. I think that was
Okay, here we go.
Oh! Oh, this is so cute! Show the crowd somehow. Look at this. Oh.
Slowly pan it over.
Yes. The little antenna are so cute. What inspires you to make your persona more?
Color name.
Oh,
I have to say it.
No, I support you. It's okay.
How are you holding up waiting for so long?
I am getting a major in entomology right now, if that tells you.
Thank you so much for the interview. I appreciate it. Thank you. A few more times. Oh, yes, you. Oh, you have a tail. I like that. I don't have a tail. It's okay. Alright. Oh, I have a question. What's your name?
My name's Finn, but my first name is
Just like you got the feet and then the dog.
Oh god. I don't call it feet.
I see doggo has them. Gosh, don't get feet. They're expensive, they're inconvenient, they get dirt on them. And escalators are my biggest enemy. So, what color is your stomach?
She's like a gray, blue, kind of.
We got some like natural stuff on natural color. I love this color. If it wasn't obvious.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah, maybe a little bit. So, we're going to do the Pensacon. Oh, I see you're cosplaying Tommy in it. How's the brain drawing going?
Okay, next question.
Next question. We don't want to is it like an AU or something? Sorry, I'm not really familiar with it.
No, it's just this character and I added probably too much stuff on it.
I love that.
Great, thank you.
I love thinking. My backpack has like 50 million charms on it. You can hear me from a mile
My
away.
bad, yeah, it has a whole bunch of stuff on it too.
Better. Thank you so much. This cosplay is so cool. I love it. Thank you so
I was
much.
surprised people even recognized me today.
Hey, it's kind of hard not to miss it.
Yeah, I've gotten so many people yelling at me. Is that Tommy?
Oh my gosh.
Unfortunately.
It's okay, I have people yelling at me. Is that a furry? No.
No.
I'm not a furry. I hate furries.
Oh my god.
Oh! Down vote, down vote. Thank you so much for the interview. Thank you. I appreciate it. Alright. Oh yeah. We have time for one more, guys. Oh gosh. Oh. Let's do a big interview. Everyone come up here.
Okay, everybody. Same time.
Just the people who want to. No, everyone. Everyone who wants to. Please run the interview. I'll come up here. You guys can get closer. Hey guys. Come here often. Oh, this is such a fun group over here. Alright. From left to right. Everyone's gonna say their name.
Nathan, first on the thing is Bartok Black. He's a dragon sorcerer. And,
I wish you could see my face right now. It's like I'm in admiration right now. That's so cool.
yeah,
I love dragon children.
he's got 6 whiskers, and he's got a whole book about him that I'm writing, where he basically has to betray his entire society and fight his family because he finds out the religion is evil. So yeah, it's a big whole thing, and people are gonna die. It's gonna be bad, but yeah. So working on that. Yeah.
I'm not really a fan of dark fantasy, but that's not my list. So,
My persona's name is Midnight, as you can see on the badge.
Yes. Midnight.
Mike, and my son's name is Ruben. He's my buddy.
How did you be there?
I'm still working on a couple of mine, but I remembered my first one was actually a Vandal OC for Battle Force 5. And she was a white tiger, but she was like this jungle warrior type thing.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I love that.
My name is Alex. Cosplay is from Paper Paper.
Aw,
Yeah.
I love that. Oh!
No.
No! Okay, is that here?
Yeah.
My turn. I'm Steffi Cat.
Yes.
My persona's name is Cherry. She is a tiger knocker.
Oh.
So, half tiger up top, snake on the back.
That's awesome.
That's so creative.
As far as I know, I am the only one. There is one other cat snake, but not quite as big as she is.
Ah.
If you like cat snake hybrids, you need to look into the Tatzelworm, like mythical creature. Like that might be good for someone.
Oh. Y'all are just all so cool.
Thank you.
I'm jealous. Like, oh my god. I told myself for today I'm gonna write a story about my characters. I never do. This one can prove me right about that. Gosh.
You still have plenty of time.
I do. I'm still young.
Yeah, you're gonna,
Very.
I'm 30. I'm not done mine first book yet. Yeah. You've got time.
I have
Okay?
time. I have time, guys. It's okay.
I promise you.
Okay, speed run. What's everyone's favorite part about Pensacon?
The furries.
Yes! Good. Bring.
Oh, these people I've never seen before.
Yeah!
The merch.
The bird! My gold bird! Alright.
Honestly, it just feels like home.
Audience.
Questions?
Anybody, questions?
Questions
Raise
from
your
the
hand.
audience. You. Somebody.
Nobody.
Yeah. Which of your personas is your favorite?
What type of persona is your favorite?
Honestly, that's a hard one. I'm not really sure, but like, I think space dragons are cool.
Space dragons are cool.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anything that's very personal to the person.
Yeah.
They put a lot of work into.
I like that.
Yeah. Not the auto-generated ones,
Yeah.
but the ones where you thought about it.
Yes. I like that.
Overrated by wolves.
Yes, wolves, classic.
I thought that was cool.
Funny.
Funny.
That's mine.
Space dragon.
My bad. Don't have one.
Do I have one? Yes. All right.
Well, thank you all so much for coming. It's been a great experience. Thank you for